running on these shows.
Hello, everyone. It is September 30th, and here's your Sugar Daddy season live broadcast of the night. This is probably going to be one of my more important broadcasts. Sometimes I'm just here chit-chatting. Sometimes I'm talking about meme coins. Sometimes I'm giving updates on Sugar Daddy season. But this one, I think, is a little bit more important, and let's call it Sugar Daddy season history. Because tonight, I'm going to really lay out the grand vision for everyone. In August of 2006, Elon Musk outlined the grand vision for Tesla. At the time, Tesla was raising money at a valuation of $70 million. Right now, Tesla's worth $1.4 trillion. So basically, if you were able to invest in Tesla in 2006, which is very hard to do because it wasn't a public company yet then, but if you somehow were able to, you basically turned a dollar into $20,000, a 20,000x if you held. Not too many people have held that many Tesla shares except for, say, Elon Musk, who is now by far the world's richest man because of that, because of Tesla, and because of his grand vision. In his grand vision, he talked about the Roadster, how he's going to make this, kind of this like very niche car, and then use that to make the Model S, and then use that money to make the Model 3, essentially, and then it would go mainstream. He talked a lot about global warming and energy sustainability then, and Solar City, because that's kind of a little bit more of the focus. He didn't know yet about really self-driving cars and AI and stuff like that, but Elon being Elon made sure to incorporate those things as things went along. It took him a while, right? Like the Model 3 didn't really come out till like 2018. I mean, I don't really looked it up, but my point is, it took a while to make all these things. R&D for cars is incredibly difficult, but he laid out the vision, and he enacted on his vision, and holy shit, by far the most successful car company in the world. Not even close. In 2008, Tesla almost went bankrupt. Elon, he was worth like $100 million at the time on paper because of all of his PayPal money, but he put all the money into SpaceX and Tesla, so he was basically liquid, near broke. He was borrowing money from friends and like for rent and stuff. If Tesla had failed and SpaceX had failed, and they two kind of went hand in hand, he basically would have lost the $100 million fortune and would have been considered a loser. But he believed, he kept enacting on his grand vision. And now he's the world's richest man, and like him or hate him, Tesla is by far the most important car company, possibly since like the car was invented. It is the premier tech company. He is the entrepreneur of our generation, or multiple generations. And he laid out the vision in a paper in August of 2006. Now, I'm no Elon. I'm not going to pretend to be. I'm not worth $100 million, though I, can relate to some of his things and relate to the idea of having a vision and sticking to it. But I know my place. Let's be very clear. I know my freaking place. But when you know your place, you need to know that it's important to look up to people that have succeeded with crazy ideas. Okay, Elon's idea of a mass EV company was crazy in 2006. There were electric cars, but they were all considered jokes. But he believed in his vision, and he executed it. And now look where he is, and look where Tesla is. I have a vision for Sugar Daddy season. I have a vision for meme coins. I've talked about this before. I believe meme coins are about two things: brand and belief. Let's talk about, like, some coins have a great belief. SPX 6900 is the epitome of that. It is a pure belief asset. Murad talked about that, and he did a great job. I reposted his thesis on SPX 6900 about a month ago, and I'm going to repost it again. It's worth looking at. And I like SPX 6900. It is a pure belief asset. Then you have something like Pudgy Penguins, which is just a great brand. And you can kind of buy into the brand. There isn't really a whole lot of belief going on with Pudgy Penguins, though. It's just a fat penguin. Then you have Giga, which I think is both. I call it a mixed belief asset because Giga definitely has beliefs. It has this like macho, high testosterone belief. Like you can generally guess where it stands on an issue or not. It's not political, but they have beliefs. You get what I'm saying? But it's also a brand. It's aiming to be the pure fitness brand, the premier fitness brand. So out of all the other meme coins I've been buying the most of Giga because I think it's both and I think it's going to be fantastic. I'm not obviously a fitness nut. Look at me, I'm fat. I'm a little pudgy. And I'm not really I don't have this like mega macho shit that they kind of believe in. Like, I don't quite believe in their beliefs, but I respect that they believe in their beliefs. And I respect how they, are trying to do what they do in fitness. So trying to be the sugar daddy of meme coins, well, quite frankly, they check both boxes and I'm going to support them. And we're going to have this thing called, I have this, meme coin portfolio, sugardaddyseason.soul, and we'll probably have a couple other portfolios, and it'll be incorporated on the website. So now I want to talk about Sugar Daddy Season and how I believe it will be synonymous with belief and brands and how this thing can really turn and become worth, quite frankly, a lot of money. I'm going to use 0.1 cent. It's right now 0.12 cent. But I'm going to talk about 0.1 cent was the Great Resets. Pretty much everyone has the opportunity to buy Sugar Daddy Season at 0.1 cent. If you've heard of it, it's been around for nearly 5 months now. If for whatever reason you heard of it, you have the opportunity to buy it at 0.1 cent. A lot of the original people who bought it did not have that opportunity because it just kind of word spread that I was starting meme coin and the price went up and no one really knew why they were buying it, but it quickly went past 0.1 cent until like 1 cent. Okay. Now everyone has the opportunity to buy it at the Great Reset price of 0.1 cent. And we'll see what happens. But here's the plan. It's at various stages. The first stage is largely the belief stage. We're going to have a website and a trailer for a documentary. The website is going to be talking about meme coins, how we believe in meme coins, how we believe in meme coins can be community foundations. They can be brands that they really are a wave of the future and that we're going to support them. And we're going to talk about meme coin collecting, what to look for in meme coins, what not to look for, what matters, what doesn't. We're going to be able to let people share their ideas. We're going to have content just for Sugar Daddy Season holders. Most meme coin websites are kind of lame. They're just like, here's how to buy the meme coin. No, like the Sugar Daddy Season website is going to be, it's going to be like kind of a website with some real foundation to it. And we're going to use that website, these streams, and other ways to kind of grow ourselves within the crypto community. We're gonna prove that we believe in other meme coins. We're gonna prove that we believe in them, and we'll see if they believe in us. We believe in ourselves. The fact that we went from I had a 98% drawdown from nearly 7 cents to 0.1 cent shows that we believe in ourselves. We believe in meme coins. We believe in resiliency. So we're going to prove our beliefs, and then a trailer for a documentary will be released. Like I said, Quan and I have been filming for it a couple of times. That will be released around the same time that the website is released in a few weeks. After that, we're going to be working on the documentary to go from the crypto community to the broader public. So hopefully, as meme coins start gaining some traction later this year and especially next year, we're going to be filming this documentary, talking about what we're doing with Sugar Daddy Season. It's going to be done as we're doing it to prove that we believe in this thing. None of this shit is after the fact. We did some filming in Vegas in July, back when I was a huge douchebag. I even have this douchebag hat we're going to talk about in the trailer. whatever. And Sugar Daddy season was 3 cents. We recently wrapped up filming when Sugar Daddy season was 0.1 cent. And I might still be a douchebag, but I'm not nearly as big of a douchebag. Let's be clear. But this documentary is going to show the ups and downs of Sugar Daddy season, to show how much we believe in it, to tell the story. The story is compelling. Anyone that knows me personally knows that I've kind of had a crazy life, at least recently. But even without me, the story of Sugar Daddy season, how the massive move up, followed by the collapse, the great awakening of realizing that whatever we were doing was stupid in those first few months, and that we needed to reset and have a real foundation for this coin, a real, like, something to really believe in. So the story will kind of talk about that. It'll talk about the change, and it'll hopefully show that the coin starts rising and allow people to join the story. Because think about all the great Netflix documentaries like Tiger King, right? Like, you're not going to just go buy yourself a zoo or whatever, even if you like the documentary. With Sugar Daddy season, some people like it and they might buy the coin and become part of the cause. Other people won't like it, but they don't matter. They just don't. So the documentary will take our belief and make it more mainstream. We'd already been reaching out to the crypto community through the websites and the trailer, and hopefully, and some of these other communities. Hopefully gain traction. So basically start with the crypto community, then we're going through the general public to show our beliefs. The final stage is, I'm going to call it the brand stage of Sugar Daddy season. And this is where it really can have a shit ton of value. Okay? Because right now I'm just talking about the beliefs of Sugar Daddy season. Kind of like it's a belief asset. And we believe in this and we believe in that. But the brand is really where capitalism kicks in. The way I look at it, Sugar Daddy season can be a premier brand in the future. It will be synonymous with creativity, with resiliency, with the story of Sugar Daddy season, with the belief that it is not about politics, but people want to support their communities. And they want to support their communities of people that believe in something similar to them. For example, like there's like, you have these businesses that are like a Christian owned or black owned or whatever, and people want to feel like they support their communities. And I get that, and that's great. But this is supporting a community that we all were able to choose. If that makes sense. I can support a black owned business, but obviously I'm not black. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with anyone else. But we all can choose this community of Sugar Daddy season, and we can choose to support people that are in it. And you can have a Sugar Daddy season donut store. You can have a Sugar Daddy season cologne, a Sugar Daddy season, just about anything. Sugar Daddy season seasoning. You can have all sorts of anything related to Sugar Daddy season. And anyone can, and you can prove that you believe in it if you own the coin. Because if you don't own the coin, you don't post your address or whatever it is and verify it, well, then you're a poser. And you're just trying to snake off the brand, right? But you can have the brand and like deploy it yourself for whatever you tend to choose, however you want to use it, by proving you own the coin and are part of the community. In that way, I feel like Sugar Daddy season will be a major brand, and there's going to be other people that kind of try to do this, like this is what Giga is kind of doing. There's this other coin called Rex that's trying to make itself a brand. But the idea is that by proving that you believe in this belief, you can kind of incorporate the brands in your business and prove you're not a poser and prove you believe in something. We live in a time of posers. We live in a time of people wanting to act like their beliefs matter, but they don't. We live in a time of Republicans thinking they're better than Democrats, Democrats thinking they're better than Republicans. We live in a time when people think their beliefs matter, but they want a way to show it. And Sugar Daddy season is going to give them a way to show us. We're going to prove we believe in something positive. We believe in endless optimism. We believe in resiliency. We believe in creativity. These are good things. And we're going to prove through this website at first, through the documentary, through our story, that we are synonymous with these beliefs. And once we are proven to be synonymous with these beliefs, once we prove that we are authentic, we are resilient, we are creative, then people are going to want to be able to tap into that. They're going to want to share that brand. We are going to allow them to share that brand. If they own the coin, they prove they own the coin. Well, they're sharing the brand with everyone else. It is a community-owned brand. And in that way, I said this at the beginning, and it's the one part of the first part of Sugar Daddy season that I was kind of right about. And that way, in the end, it is a status symbol. Because you can use this brand for yourself. Because the brand essentially means believing in yourself. The problem I had at the very beginning, well, there's a lot of problems I had at the very beginning, to be very clear. Lots of problems. But the problem, one of the most basic problems is I understood the endpoint, but I had no way to understanding how to get there. I had this idea of Sugar Daddy season being this brand and this status symbol, but like, why? Why? Well, now I think I've proven it. How I plan to get there. How we can get there. Simple. We believe in meme coins. We call the meme coin move up. All right. We support the other meme coins with the website. As the meme coin boom happens, this documentary is basically being released. So people are like, holy shit, these people had the foresight of this. These people fucking put their balls on the table when it was down 98% and still did their documentary. These people really believed in this idea, and they proved that they are resilient and they're creative and they got there and they had the vision. So we kind of proved these ideas. And then eventually it becomes that those ideas, which are good, I would say, these are generally positive traits, can be incorporated into a real brand that everyone can have. No one owns Sugar Daddy season. Yes, you can own the coin, but no one owns it. Okay, this isn't something like, like a Rolex. You know what I'm saying? Like Rolex is a watch, and they own that brand. No, like Sugar Daddy season is amorphous. Anyone can kind of own it and use it for themselves as long as they own the coin, because otherwise you're a poser, right? And the whole point of owning meme coins is to prove you're not a poser. And we're all sick of posers. So this is the grand vision of Sugar Daddy season. There's certain timelines, obviously this website and the trailer will be up, call it end of October. And we're going to keep kind of filming for the documentary and aim for it to be released sometime in 2026. It'll hopefully be released in parts and then eventually wrapped up into a whole thing. And I want to be clear, the documentary has not been fully, paid for or anything like that yet. It still may not happen, but it's part of the process. And after that, as it goes mainstream, it becomes the brand, and the vision becomes more alive. And as people see, hey, this dude, there's been this vision this whole time, and we can be a part of it. And we can all be a part of the Sugar Daddy season. Well, it's going to give people some confidence. And quite frankly, our coin is at 0.1 cent, a $1 million valuation. It ain't shit. It's not going to be hard for this to go up. Okay? Like, it's not going to be that. I can't promise anything, but we can get some real momentum if we fucking stick our noses to the grindstone and we kind of like ruthlessly and meticulously make shit happen. We just must execute. We have to execute with ruthless, like, I don't know how to say it. We just have to fucking execute. Sorry. My mind went blank. Luckily I have Quan to edit this shit for me. But this is the vision. This is my version of Elon's 2006 letter. Now, his 2006 letter was written. It probably took him some time to edit it and stuff like that. We live in a time where people don't read. No one wants to read my fucking letter. No one wants to read my ideas. What people want to do is watch Quan make this fucking cast turn into 30 seconds or less. Okay? We're going to have that so people can understand it a way easier and they can see it in 30 seconds and get it. And as we execute, as we turn this vision into a reality, it becomes a reality. And it's as simple as that. We'll see what happens. Any comments, Quan, before we wrap?
I like it, man. Execute with deliberate intention, intensity, and manifesting, man. It's all the things that I would say it is, and I've been a believer. Not just because it's you, but just because the message resonates with me. And we got a couple of people in here. Crypto Savvy's always showing up. Big things are coming. Asking about the website, if it's going to be interactive.
Interactive parts to it.
Lou Art, roadmaps, plans make a whole lot of difference, and solid planning, landed out just like Elon in 2006. So I think people are excited and they're ready for the great reset.
We'll see. We're going to have, like I said, you're going to be turning this basically into a video roadmap because people don't really want to read. And we'll have it posted on our page. We'll have it posted on the website. And now it's just on us to fucking get shit done. All right, guys, let's wrap this up. No stream tomorrow, but we'll do it again Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern again. And then we'll eventually move back to like the 9 p.m. Eastern time. It's just like next Thursday. I got some shit I got to do. So 10 p.m. Eastern, Thursday, next stream. We'll talk then.